Good evening. I would like to call this Board of Education meeting on December 17th, 2025 to order at 5:31 p.m. If everyone would rise and for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Mr. Berger? Here. Ms. Conway? Here. Mr. Corey?
Here.
Mr. Cronin? Here. Mr. Euclidito? Here. Mr. Kisco? Here. Mr. Knight? Excused? Mr. Kaleja? Here. Mr. Putnam? Here. Ms. Saleo? Here. Mayor Spino or representative? Dr. Baker? Here. Ms. Ferguson? Here. Ms. Labby? Here. Mr. Pergola?
Here.
Ms. Schulte?
Here.
Ms. Viens is excused, and Mr. Wilson is present. I will entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda.
So move.
Mr. Corey?
Mr. Kisco.
Mr. Kisco, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes for the approval of the agenda. Introduction of new board members, item 5. I personally would like to welcome Board Member Saleo and Board Member Kaleja to the team. Welcome. It's your opportunity if you'd like to say anything to the public. Just turn on your mic, please. Perfect.
Glad to be here. Thank you for the welcome.
Yeah, very excited for the opportunity and happy to be here. Looking forward to it.
Wonderful. Welcome to the team. Item number 6, action on Torrington Board of Education bylaws. So as this board had made a motion to entertain either a chairperson or a co-chairperson, I will entertain a motion to vote for either. If someone would like to vote for a single chair or for a co-chair, please let that be noted.
Actually, Mr. Chairman, I didn't forget to call you that. Isn't that kind of fun? The bylaws, I believe, say we'll make that choice by holding a leadership election. So it may be convenient if we were to simply begin taking nominations.
I would love to, but from a legal standpoint, we need to determine if it's going to be one or co-chairs first. I asked counsel earlier. Mr. Kisco.
I will move we choose co-chairs.
Co-chairs. I have a motion for co-chairs. Do I have a second? Mr. Cronin, second. All in favor of co-chairs? I need to see hands, please. 2, 3. That is only 4 for co-chairs. Motion does not pass. So if we're going to go to a single chair, do I hear a motion for a single chair?
I move the Board of Education adopt and nominate a single chair.
Motion made by Mr. Corey. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Euclidito. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we don't have Mr. Knight, so it would be a 5-4, so that motion will carry this evening. I will now entertain a motion for the chairperson of the Board of Education. Mr. Kisco?
I nominate Jeff Putnam for chair.
I have a nomination for Mr. Putnam for chair. Do I have a second for Mr. Putnam? Second for Mr. Putnam. All in favor of Mr. Putnam as...
Take nomination.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, I will finish nominations. I apologize. So we have one motion and second for Mr. Putnam. Do I have another motion?
I have a motion for Ed Corey for chair.
Ed Corey, Mr. Euclidito. Does I have a second? Second, Ms. Conway. Anyone else for chair? Okay. So we have 2 motions for chair. We have Mr. Corey or Mr. Putnam. I will see a show of hands for Mr. Putnam.
Roll call, please.
You'd rather a roll call, even better? Okay. Mr. Kaleja. You would vote for Mr. Putnam or Mr. Corey?
My vote is for Mr. Corey.
Mr. Corey. Ms. Saleo.
Mr. Putnam.
Mr. Putnam. Mr. Kisco.
Mr. Putnam.
Mr. Putnam. Mr. Putnam. Okay. Mr. Cronin.
Mr. Corey.
Mr. Corey. Ms. Conway, I didn't see you there. I apologize.
Mr. Corey.
Mr. Corey.
Mr. Corey.
Mr. Corey. Mr. Berger.
Mr. Corey.
Mr. Corey. And Mr. Corey?
Deeply uncomfortably, I will vote for myself.
So that is a 6-3. Mr. Corey, congratulations. You are the chairperson of the Board of Education. I will turn this meeting over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, we have next on our agenda nominations for Vice Chair of the Board of Education. I will hear nominations. Mr. Kisco.
I nominate Mr. Putnam.
Is there a second for the nomination? Made and seconded by Ms. Soleo. Are there any other nominations?
I nominate Glenn Berger.
Is there a second for the nomination, Mr. Berger, Mr. Ippolito? Okay, so we have before us two excellent candidates for Vice Chair of the Board. Can I borrow a pen from you? Because I presume Mr. Kisco would like this vote taken by roll as well, or does it not matter? Great, okay, we will call the roll. Mr. Kalesha.
My vote is for Mr. Berger.
Okay. Ms. Soleo.
Mr. Putnam.
Mr. Kisco.
Mr. Putnam.
Mr. Putnam. Okay, Mr. Cronin.
Mr. Berger.
Ms. Conway.
Mr. Berger.
Mr. Ippolito.
Mr. Berger.
Mr. Berger. And Mr. Berger. Mr. Berger. Okay. I believe, someone will tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe I have just lost my right to vote by becoming solo chair of this board. But by vote of 5-3, Mr. Berger is vice chairman of the Board of Education. Congratulations, sir. And we last have nominations for secretary of the Board of Education. Is there a nomination?
Mr. Conway, Ms. Conway.
Mr. Ippolito nominates Ms. Conway. Is there a second? Anyone?
I nominate Mr. Putnam.
Okay. Is there a second? Okay, there was a second. I will, just in fairness, is there a second for Ms. Conway's nomination? If not, we will.
I second.
Okay. We have two excellent candidates for secretary. Let me just make sure I'm taking notes correctly. Ellen would never forgive me if I didn't. We will take this vote by roll. Mr. Kulesha.
Ms. Conway.
Ms. Soleo.
Mr. Putnam.
Mr. Kisco.
Mr. Putnam.
Mr. Putnam.
Mr. Putnam.
Mr. Cronin.
Mr. Putnam.
Ms. Conway.
Conway.
It's uncomfortable, isn't it? Mr. Ippolito.
Conway.
And Mr. Berger.
The tough one. Ms. Conway.
Okay. Ms. Conway, that is a 4-4, right? Did I count that right? I did. That's a 4-4 vote. Super fun. I suppose we would, we could go to another vote, or we could accept additional nominations or withdraw from nomination from either candidate. The unfortunate thing is then we have to vote again. To do this more directly, will anyone change their vote? Okay. What's that? Yeah, I don't want to, but that's correct. So I will, Mr. Wilson has informed me, reminded me, I should say, that I break the ties, and I believe that remains true even for elections. So I will cast my vote for Ms. Conway. And if I was wrong about that, not having a copy of the rules directly in front of me, someone will inform me and we will redo this, but I believe that to be the case. So at least in the interim, congratulations, Ms. Conway. We have a lot of people here with us this evening, so I want to move us right along. We next have school, community service, and public participation. Is anyone signed up to address the board? Okay. So we will first hear from Mr. Jason Lafreniere. Oh, I have to read the paragraph, I'm sorry. The board invites members of the community to speak on topics to be addressed in the agenda or on other topics of interest. Individuals wishing to make comments are requested to fill out the speaker sign-up sheet, including your name and address, which must be stated at the beginning of your comment. The board will not allow comments regarding specific staff members, parents, students, or personal grievances. Courtesy is expected in this limited public forum. The participating time will be limited to 3 minutes per person and 10 minutes overall to guarantee efficient operation of the entire meeting. Take it away, sir.
Good evening, Jason Lafreniere. I am a special education teacher at Torrington Middle School, live in Granby, Connecticut. I appreciate the opportunity to speak at this first meeting of the newly elected Board of Education. I want to begin by acknowledging the commitment it takes to serve in this role. Board service carries significant responsibility, and the decisions made at this table have a direct impact on students, staff, families, and the broader Torrington community. As you begin your term, I would simply like to offer a reminder of the core purpose of this board: to act in the best interest of all students. That responsibility requires careful judgment, fairness, and a focus on the long-term health of the school system. It also requires setting aside individual perspectives or experiences when making decisions that affect the collective good. Strong boards govern with integrity, ask thoughtful questions, respect professional roles, and work collaboratively, even when there are differing viewpoints. Disagreement can be productive when it is grounded in facts, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to student success, and is bipartisan. For those of us working in the schools each day, consistency and stability in governance matter. When board members lead with professionalism and clarity of purpose, it creates trust and allows educators to focus on what we do best: teaching and supporting students. I hope this new board will set a tone of collaboration, or continue a tone of collaboration, transparency, and respect, and will always center its work on what is best for Torrington's children. Thank you for your time and for your willingness to serve.
Thank you, Mr. Lafreniere. I have no one else on the sign-up sheet. Is there anyone here in the room who would care to address the board? Okay. Without any, we will go right along to recognitions. Take it away, Mr. Wilson.
Good evening. We have plenty of recognitions tonight. We're going to save the best for last, girls. So hold tight. I love the bows, but we are going to save you for last. But Dr. Torres for Fast Academy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I messed it up. Megan previously worked with the student as an alternative teacher at Torrington High School and now here at Fast Academy. So I thought, what better person to introduce our student than Miss LaMontagne herself.
It is my great pleasure to recognize Ayla Coleman for her remarkable growth, focus, and dedication to her education. Ayla joined the alternative program at THS last year, feeling that the large high school environment and the pace of the classes weren't the best fit for her. From her very first day in the program, it was clear that Ayla brought something special: a calm demeanor, much kindness, and a strong work ethic that quickly made her an important part of our community. Since joining FAST this year, Ayla has steadily risen through the level system, ultimately reaching the highest level through consistent effort and perseverance. She's continued to show even greater progress, focusing heavily on her academics in the smaller setting. She easily gets along with her teachers and expresses appreciation for the relationship she can have with her teachers at FAST. She approaches every challenge with determination and a positive attitude, and she is always willing to lend a hand to her peers. Her ability to stay centered and composed sets a powerful example for other students. Now at Fast Academy, Ayla continues to blossom. She demonstrates leadership and focus, embodying the traits of an excellent student and a thoughtful community member. We are proud to honor Ayla for her outstanding progress, her commitment to learning, and the way she has focused her energy on her education. She truly is a success story and a model for what can be achieved through perseverance and heart.
And now from the high school, Principal Scott.
So tonight, Torrington High School will be recognizing some cadets from our junior ROTC program, and to tell you more about these individual cadets is Colonel Clores.
Good evening, and thank you for inviting us here this evening. We'd like to recognize the Torrington High School JLab team. JLab stands for Junior ROTC Leadership and Academic Bowl. It's an academic competition amongst JROTC units around the country. It focuses primarily on SAT and ACT questions with some current events and JROTC type questions thrown in as well. This year, there were 772 teams that competed, and the Torrington High School team was in the top 50% of scores from around the country. So the four members we have here today, we actually have 6 members, 2 couldn't be with us tonight, but the 4 we have are the team captain Hisham Hassan, Giovanna Conti, Israel Chow Kelly, Zalisha Borja Tapia, and the 2 that couldn't be with us are Jasmile Ruiz and Owen Miller.
And now Vogel Wetmore, Principal Pay.
I'm going to come up. She can come up. I'm here today with Mrs. Karen Pons, one of our 3rd grade teachers, and she really wanted to nominate one of her students who's an incredible child that we have at Vogel.
To say Nia is a joy to have in class is an understatement. Her dedication to her schoolwork, positive attitude, and consistent effort have stood out. Nia comes to school every day with a genuine eagerness to learn. During our morning meetings, she will say that she feels excited that day because she's at school to learn. Rather than giving up on challenging tasks, she shows determination and perseverance. She doesn't get upset when she makes mistakes. She works through it and uses it as a learning experience. Our Eagle Code at Vogel Wetmore asks students to be safe, responsible, and respectful. She goes beyond this by also being kind and empathetic. She's willing to work with any of the other students, and she understands how to be a team player. She's a wonderful role model for her classmates, and she deserves any honor bestowed upon her.
Principal Michelson from Southwest.
So do you want to talk about yourself, or do you want me to talk about you? I will. All right. This is Aaliyah, and she is our award winner for this month from Southwest School. Her teacher wrote a few things about her that I would like to share, and I have to say, though, I was lucky enough to be with her at Vogel Wetmore in the past, too. So we've known each other a long time, right? Yeah. And she's always been this way. She is an exceptional role model within her class and throughout the larger school community. She consistently accepts constructive feedback with maturity and purpose, thoughtfully applying it to strengthen her learning and growth. She likes to learn. Yeah. And Aaliyah demonstrates kindness and respect in her interactions and shows genuine care for both herself and those around you, which is our motto at Southwest School, care for self and care for others. She exemplifies the qualities outlined in our portrait of a graduate through her strong character, commitment to improvement, and a positive attitude towards learning. Aaliyah actively participates in a variety of activities, approaches each opportunity with determination and with enthusiasm. Her curiosity about the world and eagerness to learn something new are evident every day at school, probably at home too. Aaliyah is a wonderful representative of Southwest School and the Torrington School communities, and we're proud to recognize her for her leadership, effort, and contributions to our school system. Thank you.
From the intermediate school, Principal Klein.
Thank you. Today, Torrington Intermediate is proud to recognize Ricardo Garcia, a sixth grade student who has shown remarkable growth, perseverance, and determination in the face of adversity. Over the past 3 years, I personally have seen Ricardo make tremendous progress academically, socially, and personally. His hard work, resilience has truly paid off as he continues to blossom here at TIS. Ricardo's journey is a powerful reminder that dedication and a positive mindset can lead to great success, and we are very proud of him.
So, last but not least, girls, you ready? Yeah, are we ready, girls? Oh my, I thought cheer was way louder than that. One more time, are we ready, girls? Love it. So I'm going to have all of the principals from K-6 because you're represented in each of those schools, but Principal Gallulo has written something up for you. So Principal Gallulo and your fellow colleagues, come on up.
Okay. So in front of you today are the Division 8 Torrington Warrior cheerleaders who are also Torrington Public School students across 4 of our schools. We proudly recognize our cheerleading students for earning the honor of competing at the national level. This accomplishment reflects far more than athletic talent. It exemplifies the core competencies of our portrait of a graduate at such a young age. Through collaboration and teamwork, these students work together with trust, discipline, and shared purpose. Their commitment to perseverance and resilience was evident as they balanced academics, rigorous training, and the pressures of high-level competition. I actually got to see them compete previously because my daughter does it too. These student athletes demonstrated responsibility and leadership, as well as integrity, respect, and pride. Most importantly, they embodied a growth mindset, continuously striving to improve, overcome challenges, and support one another. Their achievement at the national level is a testament to their dedication, character, and readiness to succeed beyond our school walls. We celebrate their hard work and commend them for being outstanding ambassadors of our community. We would also like to thank the parents of our students who supported them, getting them involved in the community and staying active and promoting well-rounded experiences. Congratulations, girls. London Armstrong. London, you're up. Harper Benedict. Go. Oh. Mom, you can come with her. Lila Young. Ren Sagluzzi. Emma Snehatch. Lucy Shelley is not here tonight. Kalani Perry. Kylie Mascarillo. Eris Moore. Madison McDonald. Amelia McDonald. Addie Lazat. Zaya Kobalars Dillard. Oh, she's not here? Cora Keepin. Peyton Jankowski. She's here. Simone Hunt. Daniela Holdley. Dakota Holdley. And Evelyn Fitzpatrick.
Congratulations to all of our recipients this evening and all of our students that were recognized.
Thank you, and congratulations to everyone recognized. As always, you are all more than welcome to stay if you have a burning passion for government, but otherwise, don't feel obligated. So we next have our student representatives report. Do we have student representatives this evening? We do. We do, excellent. Although it may be good to just give a moment for the room to clear out. Okay, all right, why don't you go ahead? Just make sure your mic's on.
Good evening. My name is Isham Hassan.
And my name is Giovanna Conti.
And we will be your student presenters tonight. Here are the exciting highlights from Torrington High School over the last month. We began November by welcoming new members into the National Honor Society during our annual induction ceremony. These students were recognized for their scholarship, leadership, service, and character, and we are very proud of their accomplishments.
One of our biggest school-wide events, E-Day, took place on November 25th. Students participated in creative and hands-on sessions ranging from cooking and music, recording, to science experiments and art workshops. Even with the half-day schedule, the morning was full of energy, including a school-wide advisory, special lunch, and a spirited pep rally. Congratulations to Miss Riggs' 9th grade advisory, whose door design won this year's school-wide door decorating contest.
Our JRTC program continues to shine. The JRTC Leadership and Academic Bowl team advanced to Level 2 in their national competition, placing in the top half of more than 770 teams. JRTC cadets also joined the THS music department in participating in Veterans Day ceremonies across all 4 district schools.
In athletics, the football team celebrated a major 41-7 win over Watertown in the Thanksgiving helmet game, securing back-to-back victories for the first time since 2018 to 2021 and earning a spot in the state playoffs.
In music, our winter choir concert filled the THS auditorium with holiday spirit on December 4th, featuring performances by both the chamber and concert choirs.
We also want to highlight senior Brendan Keskula, who became the first THS athlete since 2001 to qualify for the state opens in cross country, a major achievement and a proud moment for our school.
This month's Student Spotlight features sophomores Vinnie Meza, who has gained attention as both a talented student photographer and a skilled drummer. His photos capture the spirits of THS events, and his music contributes add to the energy of our school community.
In academics, our ELA students have been active. American literature classes are creating multimedia character analysis videos. The Raider Report journalism team visited Columbia University and met with the THS alumnus, and Fox 61 journalists Glenn Kittle. The yearbook team finalized this year's theme, Raider Revival.
In science, students across multiple courses have been engaging in advanced hands-on learning. Yukon Biotechnology. Students are extracting their own DNA and running PCR and gel electrophoresis. Yukon Biology 1108. Students are culturing bacteria from yogurt brands and creating scientific postures. AP Chemistry. Students conducted a titration lab to test the accuracy of Tums labels. Yukon Geology. Students identified rock samples using dichotomous keys. In physics, students are applying kinematics to predict the landing point of a launched ball bearing.
These activities showcase the creativity, dedication, and academic excellence happening every day at Torrington High School. Thank you for your continued support of our students and staff.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions for our student representatives? Great. Well, thank you both. Okay. We will next hear from the superintendent. Take it away, Mr. Wilson.
Good evening. I wanted to recognize our wonderful football, cheer, and band for a wonderful Thanksgiving Day on the field, the performance, and from the band as well. And also to the cheer moms out there who were freezing and selling food for everyone and hot chocolate and everything else. It's a definite dedication to your student athletes, but recognizing all of them. And to our seniors from those respective groups, obviously it was their last Thanksgiving Day game representing Torrington so proudly, so we wish them the best in their future endeavors. I want to recognize our band, orchestra, and choir at the high school for their wonderful performances. They did a wonderful holiday performance. They are such an amazing and talented bunch of young adults. I definitely don't have any of that talent, so it was wonderful to see. Congratulations again to Mr. Kaleja and Ms. Saleo for their appointment to the Board of Education, as well as to the new leadership on the Board of Education. Congratulations. It is a wonderful team. I've said it numerous times. You are part of the team. This is a team effort to do what we do each and every day for our students and for our staff in Torrington. So welcome and thank you. And I welcome each of you, the new members, to come and set up a time to meet with me, and we can discuss any questions that you may have, or I can also share some insight, hopefully, since we will be working closely together. So I offer that to each of you. As has been the case, my entire cabinet has been visible in the schools for a multiple number of reasons, but mainly to see the wonderful work that our students and staff are doing. Assistant Superintendent Ferguson and I continue to go into the buildings and into each room, and we continue to see and witness the great things taking place in our classrooms and in our schools overall. And I know, having my cabinet meetings, the entire cabinet shares the same sentiment that all of our schools, the principals, the staff, the students, they are really working hard to get things done and to do the best that they can and to continue to show growth. So we are very proud of each and every one of our schools and each and every one of our students and staff members. And I wish everyone a happy holidays as well. And that is my, oh, I'm sorry, I had one other thing I was asked to talk about, which was the forensic audit. We have signed on with the firm. That was done through our legal counsel, Shipman and Goodwin. The firm has been signed, and the process is beginning in its infancy stages. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Anyone have questions for the superintendent? I will just say, while we're thanking people, for those of us who were sworn in at the beginning of this month, just a big thank you for those THS students who participated in that ceremony. I know they weren't obligated to do that, but it was really nice to incorporate them, and of course to the high school for hosting the ceremony in our new auditorium. It was the first time many people had seen it, which was a very nice treat. We next have the Human Resources Report. Take it away.
Thank you very much. First of all, welcome to our new board members and congratulations to the new board leadership. I thought it would be helpful just to explain the HR report to our new board members so that you have an understanding of what I present each month. So typically I start with vacancies and I compare where we were at the previous board meeting to where we are today. So on the right, you see the vacancies that were presented at last month's board meeting and then where we are today. So you can see that we've made progress and we filled a lot of our positions. So, and you can see some of those recommendations on the consent agenda tonight for the certified positions. We do still have some vacancies. We have filled a couple of these even since Friday when I sent it to the board. So we are continuing to move and we are in a better position than we were at this time last year as far as vacancies. So. Then I present the substitute fill rates, and I give you the month-to-date from the previous month and our year-to-date number, and a few points of interest on the substitute fill rates. Last year in November, our year-to-date number was for the teachers 76%, and for paras it was 40%. So you can see that we have significantly improved those rates. We are at 90% for teachers year-to-date, which is huge and just tremendous, and 71.9% for paras. So that's very exciting. And then for our absences, again, year-to-date, we are trending about where we were at this time last year for teachers, but we are almost 2 percentage points better for the paraeducators. So you have the November and the year-to-date. If anybody has any questions on the first page, I'd be happy to entertain those.
Questions regarding the Human Resources Report? No, I think we're good.
Okay, and then the second page, just so that you know what we have, is a comparison between how many of our substitutes are filled by our teacher retirees that we have for our retiree incentive program versus how many subs are being provided by ESS. So just to give you an idea of what that comparison is. And then a breakdown of the monthly percent to totals for the different absence reasons. So you can see really what's driving our absence percentages for our paras and our teachers. And then I provide for you a year-to-date turnover. And I'm happy, now I'm done. Happy to entertain any questions.
I wasn't sure if you were.
Nope, now I'm done.
Questions from the board members, Mr. Putnam?
Just a quick question. Our retirees, is that pool of people increasing? Or are we having more people in that pool? Are they staying longer than their obligation per se? We've seen that over the last couple of years that they were sticking around longer, which is great. But is that still the trend, Kim?
Yes, that is still the trend. There are many people that like to continue because they enjoy working with children, and it's a mutually beneficial agreement. So.
Great, thank you.
Any additional questions from the board? I do have just one, and I've probably asked you this at some point in the past. The turnover numbers, are those from the start of the fiscal year or the start of the school year?
Start of the fiscal year, but obviously for teachers, that would be start of the school year. So if someone resigned over the summer for a 10-month employee and they never actually worked a day in the fiscal year, that turnover gets counted in the previous year.
Okay.
And I do think I presented, if I remember correctly, at the August Board of Ed meeting, a final year-to-date turnover number, because I know I presented one in June,
Right.
which was not then complete in total because we got more resignations over the summer. So in August, I try to provide an updated turnover number that would be inclusive of any of the resignations that we received over the summer.
Okay, so some of these folks in this listing may have left over the summer, so they haven't all left since we started school.
No, this would have been anybody that left after the beginning of the school year if they're a 10-month employee, yes.
Okay, all right, and then for everyone else, it could have been.
If you're looking at custodians or secretaries or administrators, if they worked 12 months and they left in July after the school year began, or after their school year began, that would be included in this number.
Okay.
So it's all dependent on whether it's a 10-month, 11-month, or 12-month employee.
Great, thank you. Last call. Okay, great, and I think you are off the hook. Thank you.
Thank you.
We next have the special education report from Dr. Baker.
Good evening, thank you. Before we start, I will say welcome to the new board members. And before we dive into the monthly numbers, I just want to pause for a moment and ground us in why we look at our data each month through the student services lens. But these numbers represent real students, real families, and the real hard work every day in our classrooms and our programs that these support services actually are wrapping around. Reviewing them together helps us stay proactive and ensure compliance, anticipated needs, and most importantly, helps us make thoughtful decisions that lead to strong outcomes for all students. For our numbers, these are the numbers as of December 1st for this year. At this point, from November to December, we did have a 19% student increase in all of our student population. We are down 4 students in the in-district K-12 student population. Our prevalence rate is down by 0.01%. Our in-district pre-K students is up by 16 students, which is standard based on our burr babies coming in and becoming of age. Our in-district age 18 to 22 Torrington Transition Academy students remains at 11 students. The continued outplacement for the 18 to 22-year-olds is still 3 students. Currently outplaced by PPT, K through 12 is up by 2 students. Our agency placed through DCF and court placed students is up by 2. Our magnet, parent choice, and VOAG is up by 3 students. Last but not least, our 504 students are actually up by 8 students from 321 to 329 students.
Excellent, thank you. Questions, Mr. Galito?
I haven't been in the last meeting or two, but the percentages are up quite a bit over last year, it seems, or I might be wrong, but we were down to the 13, 14 range at one point. Was it a few years?
Yes,
Okay, well,
we've remained within that 16% mark, and we're fluctuating within the 0.10% of that.
Is there something unique about some of the students coming in, like in this case, 19 students? Is it a trend, or is it?
No, it's typical at this time of year. Like right now, you could see we're up 16 students because the pre-K is increasing. Our pre-K student typically trends upward within these months. As students age in, that's very common.
Any other questions from members of the board? Okay, thank you, Dr. Baker. We'll next hear from the Office of Teaching and Learning from Ms. Ferguson.
Sure, thank you. Welcome to the new board members. Nice to have you both. A couple of updates from OTL. As part of our ongoing work to educate the whole child, the Office of Teaching and Learning has been reviewing a range of student outcome data, including our physical fitness assessment results, as most of you know. While we're pleased with progress in many academic areas, our physical fitness scores indicate a clear area of concern. Too many of our students are not engaging in sufficient physical activity, a trend that mirrors what we are seeing nationally and is closely connected to increased screen time and sedentary habits. So, beginning in January, OTL will be launching a coordinated effort to address this from a broader wellness perspective rather than viewing physical fitness in isolation. Our plan is to partner with our district medical advisor, the executive director of Fit Together, our director of food services, our physical education teachers, and parents and families to provide a more comprehensive approach to student health and well-being. This work will focus on education, prevention, and healthy habits, helping students understand the connections between physical activity, nutrition, mental health, and learning. Ultimately, this is about supporting our students so they are healthier, more focused, and better prepared to learn. As this work develops, we also look forward to engaging board members as partners in shaping and supporting a district-wide culture of wellness. As part of tomorrow's early release professional learning time, OTL is intentionally creating space for reflection, celebration, and joy. In the spirit of the season, we've developed a brief video montage set to music that captures moments of teaching and learning from across the district over the past several months. This experience is designed to honor the hard work of our educators and to remind us that meaningful, high-quality instruction is happening every day in all of our classrooms. As our teachers reflect on these moments, they are asked to do so through the lens of our shared instructional priorities: cultivating safe and inclusive learning environments, strengthening academic language and critical thinking, engaging students in rigorous standards-aligned tasks, and using timely feedback to support student ownership of learning. Our hope is that this brings a sense of pride, connection, and joy, recognizing how far we've come together while also reinforcing the instructional practices that continue to move student learning forward. My apologies, the video was not completed at the time that the board meeting packet was posted, so I will send board members a link so you may all view it at your convenience.
Thank you. Gary's already got his hand up. I didn't even have to ask. Go ahead.
I broke it. So with respect to physical education, meet the President's Physical Fitness Award requirements, we need to provide more time for these kids to participate in physical education like almost everybody on this board experienced in high school. Will we get there, or is that the
So
goal?
part of what we're going to be doing is looking at scheduling and how we can achieve more phys ed time for kids.
What just because I don't know, what prevents us from doing that? Can we get rid of some study halls and give them more phys ed? I don't know, I don't know, I'm just curious.
So the short answer to that is, believe it or not, most of our kids don't have study halls, especially at, K to 8. So that's not even an issue. There are many, many academic demands, as you know. Space is an issue too, capacity, being able to do that. But we're going to take a look at all of these things, Gary, and our hope is that moving forward, we'll get a couple of board members. Perhaps you have a passion for this and would like to participate on a subgroup or something to help.
As long as I don't have to run.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, you have to model the behavior.
Yeah, I would try. But all I'm saying is, other communities have figured it out. I think they have the same credit requirement. And I think it's probably more important for kids these days to participate in physical education, just as much as some other classes, which I always fight against, that are electives that don't offer the same kind of mental well-being and outcome for the children.
And all of what you just said are certainly things that we're going to take a good hard look at.
Well, thank you.
Gary, you're always telling us about all these people you're talking to at the gym. I feel like you can get out there with the kids. You've been at it for a long time, Actually, on the same topic, one other thing, I brought this up as we were considering redistricting. I think having more students here presents a good opportunity for both savings during budget season and a little bit of fitness for kids as we explore who's eligible to be a walker to school. Not for nothing, I was a lot lighter and a lot fitter before I got my license. So just something I think that we could consider as we chase both some savings and some physical health for our kids is who's able to walk to school. Anyone else have anything on that topic? Great, thank you. We next have liaison reports. All those received are in the packet. If anyone of our liaisons or building administrators would like to add anything else, now would be the time. And if not, everyone wants to go home early, we'll go right ahead to the monthly financials. Donna, do you want to tell us a little bit about them?
Sure. I'd also like to echo my colleagues' sentiments and welcome the new board members. And just to point out in the packet, everybody received the monthly financials. And what you'll see there is a roll-up, a 30,000-foot view on page 50 of the overall budget with the line items. And then it goes into the more granular after you see those pages. So I just wanted to report that we did go over the budget and we are in good standing. We had some lines that were over, some that were under, but it all kind of nets out. So I didn't know if anybody had any questions for me. That's kind of the very quick and dirty update.
I ask you this a lot because it bears reminding for people who've heard it before, but it's also useful for people who haven't. Tell us a little bit about the employee benefits line and how that payment scheme is structured.
Certainly. Yes, so what we did is we net budgeted that. So you have the full amount of the health insurance cost, but every month employees have their own contribution that will be hitting it. So it appears to be that it's over, but in the end, at the end of the year, it should balance out.
Great, thank you.
Welcome.
Any members of the board have additional thoughts, questions on the monthly financials? Hearing none, I would hear a motion to approve said monthly financials.
So moved.
Is there a second? Okay, made by Mr. Putnam, seconded by Mr. Ippolito. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, those are approved. We have committee reports. School improvement, Mr. Kisco.
School Improvement Committee met at the beginning of the month. We heard a very entertaining and enthusiastic presentation from the representative from the Connecticut Extension, Agricultural Extension Agency, about the School to Farm program. And that would still be going on if we hadn't stopped it. I think that, what do you think, Sue? She would still be talking? But very good, very, very worth listening to, with a lot of ideas there. We also talked about the self-evaluation and the goals, which have been forwarded in their present shape to the board. And we heard, and for those of you who are interested in the physical fitness part of it, we heard a lengthy presentation, good lengthy presentation about the current status of our phys ed program and situation. And there's some insights in there, and if you want to go back, if you aren't on the committee and weren't at that meeting, you can go and check that video out. So that was the meeting this month. And next month, we will be talking about, we'll finish up on the goals discussion and talk about the possibility of adding, at student request, elementary and intermediate grade history instruction enhancements. And we will start the process of the Distinguished Alumnus for 2026 process. And we will also have a preliminary discussion about AI, the past, present, and future in the Torrington Public Schools. Questions?
Questions? Okay, well, you know, John, I heard a rumor that you were planning on coming out of retirement to teach these elementary and intermediate high-level history courses. And I very much would
My
look forward to
certification,
it.
I'm sorry to say, goes only down to 7 to 12. It's an 026. So
You're getting
I'm
lucky this
sorry.
time. Great, so we'll next hear from Mr. Berger about the Facilities and Technology Committee.
Well, luckily I can be brief because the majority of the items we spoke about are under our additional discussion action items column, which is going to include the Siemens BMS contract and the TMS roof update. And Rachel has looking for some data backup recovery options, which I'll let the individual department heads speak upon those. Other than that, I have nothing to report, so we'll hear the majority of what we're going to talk about during the action items.
Great. Any questions for the committee? None. Great, thank you. Budget Committee, Mr. Putnam.
Just another month of monthly financials. We went through everything as we just did a few minutes ago. Talked about the budget process is coming up. As outlined, there were a few date changes on the forthcoming 26-27 fiscal year budget. That's starting to come together. The department's heads are submitting their budgets and such to the superintendent. Talked about some of the various line items. We got some clarification, and really just looking forward to digging into the budget in the next few months.
Questions for the Budget Committee? You might be the only person in the city of Torrington who's looking forward to this budget cycle. And then we have the Building Committee. Gary, you're at most of it, if not all those.
Yeah, there's not much this month, but right now it's cold. Outside work has stopped due to the cold. It'll probably stop until February or March. They're working on the punch list that continues within the school. I'm sure it'll last at least another 6 months or so. The Eversource rebate money was received, which went to the city, but it is being allocated to the school, some of the school construction, some of which is the concession building. I think some of it's going toward the automotive shop. It's $970,000, but we got to pay the sewer connection fee, and there's $80,000 being requested by the building department for more inspection fees. That's an ongoing discussion. The mayor, according to Mario, they have a meeting tomorrow with the mayor. And he said the mayor has been very proactive and great to deal with on most of these issues, so. Oh, and the fields, there's been questions about the fields. We can't do anything on the fields right now. The goal is to start around March 1st if the cross comes out of the ground, and they'd like to have the fields ready within 20 days. So the balance of the fields.
Great. Thank you. Any questions related to the Building Committee? Mr. Kalesha?
Yeah, is this, some of these punch list items for the field, I would imagine that's contingent with the insurance issue that we were having in terms of coverage?
Yes, so that's something that I think Mario is trying to work with the mayor on. I did speak with the mayor as well, and I think the city is doing its level best to be helpful in resolving this before it becomes an emergency next month, but I don't think there's been a resolution yet, unless you know more than me.
I think one of the things they decided on was that as long, and this is typical, as long as we fenced off the fields, and maybe the superintendent knows more, but as long as the fences are up and the kids aren't allowed to play on there, it's not as much of a threat or as much of a risk. And I was told by someone that, and I know, I'm not sure who it was, that the insurance company is willing to take that risk. And it happens in all schools when they're doing this kind of work. So it is being worked on, and I know the mayor is on top of it. So.
Right. And that's roughly in line with the conversation that the superintendent and I had, that the mayor and I had. So it seems like everybody's heading in a good direction, and this won't become the crisis it could have. But I will try to get a firmer update, either directly from the mayor's office or through Mario and Ed when they speak with her tomorrow. Any other questions for Gary? Great. Thank you. We now have the meeting minutes. Unless there is an objection, I would hear a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes for November 19th alongside the full board's special meeting minutes for October 13th and November 24th. If there's one motion, I would hear it now. Is there a second? Great. Made by Gary, seconded by Kristen. Any discussion, corrections, amendments to the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, those are approved. And again, so long as there's no objection, I would hear a motion to receive the subcommittee meeting minutes for facilities on the 12th of November, budget on the 12th of November, and school improvement on the 5th of November as one item. Is there such a motion?
Mr. Chairperson, if I could, what constitutes a quorum at a subcommittee level?
The quorum rules remain the same to the best of my knowledge, meaning that in a committee of 3, there would need to be 2 members. In a committee of 4, you would need 3 members.
So I believe we would have to change and not accept the school improvement minutes. There were only 2 members present.
And that's a committee of 4, right? Yeah.
Yes.
3 with an alternate. So if there's an alternate, they're not considered a full member of the committee. They are assigned in case somebody can't come and they can. So the committee itself would still be 3 voting members.
Just making sure we didn't do anything that
yes, no,
would raise an eyebrow.
Appreciate it. Okay, so then we can hear those, so I would hear that motion if there is one.
So moved.
Is there a second? Mr. Galito, thank you. Any questions, comments, amendments, corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Those minutes are received. I'll hear a motion to receive the consent agenda of appointments, retirements, and resignations. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Thank you. That was Gary for the second. He doesn't speak anymore. Any discussion? For reference, because I always ask for discussion, the only discussion that's actually allowed by the rules for a consent agenda is removal of an item, but I'm supposed to ask for it anyway. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the consent agenda is received. We next have new information and action, TMS 8th grade field trip to New York City on April the 29th, 2026. Who's telling us about that?
I'd like to invite Jason and Jeff to speak about that.
Fabulous.
There it is, okay. So in conjunction with the annual trip to Washington DC, we always like to offer an alternate trip for students who are not going on the DC trip. Due to timing, last year we were not able to do that. And so I've taken on, rather than doing the DC trip, I'm doing the alternate trip. We're looking to go to New York City to see, and this is just getting announced to everybody, to see Hamilton on Broadway. We originally wanted to see The Outsiders. However, there's not enough tickets for The Outsiders, so hopefully next year. But we did secure a total of 90 tickets for students with 6 chaperones at a cost of, with the bus, of $190 a student, approximately. The bus is an estimate until I can tell them that it's an absolute, but I have secured 100 tickets, so I'm looking to do 90 students and 6 chaperones for a 1:15 ratio. And we would hopefully provide lunch to the students, having lunch at the 9/11 fountains on the plaza there, and then going to the theater, and then having a dinner stop on the way home. So it would be we would leave at, once students get here, we would arrive at the, after the end of the school day, so parent pickup would have to take place.
Great. Any questions from members of the team? I will say, I do not doubt that if you find yourself in need of extra chaperones, there are probably some folks around this table who would be happy to help. Alexander Hamilton is my favorite man who should have been president, but that's a discussion for another time. No questions, right? Great. In that case, I will hear a motion to approve the New York field trip on April 29th, 2026. Okay. All right, we'll give the motion to Ms. Soleo, second to Mr. Galito. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. You know, I don't vote anymore. I'm so used to it. Just cut me out of these things, even if I raise my hand. Great, the motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Torrington Intermediate School Siemens BMS contract. If Mr. Pergolo is ready to tell us about that one.
Annual contract, it's for a 3-year with Siemens, who does our BMS control up at the Torrington Intermediate School. This comes after, or we're still in a, doing some retro commissioning project also that ties in. Siemens is doing that for us also. So this is something we're looking to get approved to move forward. Do you have any questions on this? And the BMS is, just so you know, is building maintenance. The HVAC systems, they also do some of our lighting control. Their software is what controls the building. They come out and service it if anything goes wrong with that, and that's what this agreement's about.
Any questions? And I know it's a lot of information. It may be helpful if I could discern this page number. It's 129 of the packet, or page, I think, 4 of the Siemens proposal has a very short and simple list of the services included for folks to review. Any questions, comments?
Yeah, those service callouts, is that on a contract, is that expire upon warranty, or is that the lifetime of the system, or?
On the retro commission,
Correct.
so that will have a warranty, and then once that is up, this service contract will, they will be servicing that also.
Any additional questions? If not, I will hear.
I just have one
Yeah,
thing.
go ahead.
Mr. Putnam, you were at the meeting, correct? Was there an amended proposal that we didn't review at the Facilities Committee meeting that was supposed to be part of this? Or is that something else?
So the proposal that we didn't have in front of us was actually just the proposal that was in the prior packet. So it was the original bid, we'll call it the base bid. So the base bid we didn't have in front of us that night. So this is really the bid that they gave us back the month prior. They presented an advanced monitoring system, which was like $25,000 more a year. And working with Mr. Pergola decided that it wasn't really appropriate at this time. So this is back to the base bid.
So this is, that whole part is excluded?
Yes.
Right, okay. Thanks.
Any further questions or remarks? Hearing none, I will hear a motion to approve the Siemens BMS contract, if there is one.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? One day I'll break my voting habit. I got too used to voting over the last few years. That carries. We have the roof update. I think that's you as well, Mr. Pergola.
Yes, so we are going to the city on January 5th to present the new proposal, the new estimate for the job. So we're waiting for that, and then we'll see how that goes.
Okay, and the hope is that this time we can move quickly enough that the price doesn't run faster than the funding sources. Because that, to my understanding, that's what's happened the last couple of times, right? Is that things slow down for one reason or another on the city side, and then the cost starts to creep past the amount of money available. Is that right?
Part of it, yes.
I'll elaborate a little bit. It's a multi-step process. The previous bid, we rejected because everything was over budget. So the process is they need to go to the city, ask the city council for approval to increase that amount to spend on the roof. Once that amount is approved, then Donna can go back to the state and increase the grant amount for the roof project. And once that's done, then we can go out to bid. All the paperwork, we lost a lot of time last year because there was additional forms, and we lost a lot of time just getting the bid out. But right now, everything is in line. They've been working with Gail. We had a call a couple weeks ago, which was rather lengthy. But all the bid paperwork is going to be in line, ready to go once these approval steps go on. City Council, State of Connecticut, and then the bids are going to be ready to go out as soon as possible. So I believe all the Ts are crossed and the Is are dotted at this time, and we should be ready to pull the trigger fairly quickly once we get the approvals from the appropriate government entities.
Fabulous. And we're not going to spend several months amongst ourselves debating what kind of roof we want. Right?
No, that's already been decided.
We're past that. We don't have to do
Yes,
that part again. Okay, that's
behind
good.
us. If I only took Mr. Euclid's advice 3 years ago, we would have a roof, but that's quite all right.
We made it. We're going to get there.
I
Great.
have a question, though.
Yeah.
Or another question. I think it would behoove us, well, you, Ed, particularly, you're the chairperson, when we meet with the mayor, when you meet with the mayor, and probably you, that somehow there's an agreement or an understanding with the town that when something is in need of repair, that we try to take care of it within a year's time, because it's typical since I've been on the board, and I think the mayor understands this, she was on the board. Sometimes we know it's failing, and yet it's put off year after year to save money in the current year, but the bonding itself, if it's done properly, can allow us to get it done at a price that doesn't go up 15, 20, 30, in this case, 100%, if they can come together with us to address, and it's not just here, it's all the city buildings, but particularly for our buildings where the kids are in them, we can save a lot of money if we can address them when it's happening and get the city to go out and look for the money immediately instead of waiting 3 or 4 years. It takes a lot of discussion, but I think the new mayor might be willing to listen.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of room, now that the page has proverbially turned, for these sort of shared opportunities, right? Some things maybe would require more effort on one party's part or the other, for purchasing, for capital improvements and in-kind services for maintenance, even in transportation. I think there's real opportunity there. So I think we all have the same interest in trying to find a way to do these projects without extreme cost overruns and delays. And we've been very lucky with the school construction project here, but they're not all going to be like that. So I'd be inclined to agree. Any further discussion on the roof update? So you're not really looking for anything from us at this time? Okay.
Yeah, I just had a quick question, expectation for how many bidders we expect, if you don't know, obviously that makes sense, but, and what the reviewing of those bids kind of looks like. Is that just purely up to the committee for that selection process, or how does that look?
Yeah, the committee will review, I'm not sure how many we might expect, but the committee would review them, hear a recommendation from facilities, and then make its own recommendation to the full board to review. But I don't know if you wanted to add anything there.
Correct.
And how many, did we put this out to bid once before? Right, because all the bids came back. How many did we get that time?
5. We have 5 bids, yep.
Okay, all right, so there were a healthy number of bids
Right.
received. Any additional questions or discussion on that matter? Hearing none, we're not looking for a motion there, so we have Rachel on virtually talk about the data backup solution, and the information's also in your packet on page 142. Rachel, it's all yours.
Thank you. So just a little bit of background. This is part of the cybersecurity grant that we were awarded a little while back. This is one of the projects that I had proposed for this grant, was a new backup solution, as well as backing up to the cloud to create some redundancy. So this particular vendor happens to be a part of NASPO procurement. NASPO is a state procurement that goes out and procures these contracts for public entities like ourselves. And because of that, if you look in the quote, you can see that because they're a part of that procurement, we would be getting the appliance for free. I did go back and up that appliance from 8 terabytes to 12 terabytes at the request of our subcommittee, just so we had a little more room for growth. It did increase the total slightly, like around $5,000. But again, we have, I believe, 39,000 and change left in this cyber grant. So the majority of this project would be covered by the cybersecurity money. Are there any questions?
Yeah, so if there's about 39,000 left in the grant. I believe I'm reading this right, that it's just shy by like $2 of 45,000. Do we have another funding source for the balance?
Yes. So actually, our current backup solution was due to up for renewal this year. So I had budgeted $60,000 for the renewal of that service. But if we decide to go with this one, we would be saving the 40,000 from the funds from the cyber grant, and then we still have money left over that was originally budgeted for that program that can be spent here.
Excellent. That's all I have. Does anyone have any questions? Great. Hearing none, then I would hear a motion to approve the data backup solution as presented and to authorize the administration to enter into the contract as such.
So moved.
Okay, made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in
Hold
favor,
on,
please. Oh, yes.
I would just like to add to Rachel, to your discretion on this, we talked about the additional storage. If it got you additional retention, or if you were getting close in your projections over the 3 years, I would add to the motion that we leave it to Ms. Fain's discretion on the extra storage.
Yeah, so as long as the individual who made the motion and seconded it are both content to append that additional language to further authorize the administration to acquire extra storage if they deem it necessary. Everybody good?
Can you clarify? I'm not really sure what you're saying,
But
because we
we asked her-
increased it from 8 to 12 terabytes here. Do you want her to
No.
purchase a 24 terabyte appliance?
No,
or-
not at all. She gave us the 8, she got us the quote for the 12, and we said we would look at the number and decide if she thought it was worth the additional cost. I'm just giving her the leeway to make that decision. We're approving the solution, and she can either use the 39,000 or the 45. She has the trend data to see how much storage we're actually going to need. Our point in the committee was, geez, if it's only a little bit of additional money and we get additional retention that better protects us, we should do that. We're just seeing the number.
I see. So you want to just authorize the administration to exercise the option for either an 8 or 12 terabyte appliance?
That would be my suggestion.
Okay.
Well, we're authorizing the 12, the larger.
If we go as presented, that's correct. So you
So
could.
are you suggesting that it's not going to go smaller?
I was suggesting that we give her the option to go with the 8 or the 12 based on her thought. As the committee, we looked at the 12, we didn't have the number in front of us. So sometimes that number is 2% difference. In this case, that number is 15% different. Just to give her the option based on the data that she has, how much data we're going to use, does it make sense to do it? And she would be the most qualified person here to tell us that trend data.
So it's not to increase storage, decrease storage at her discretion?
At her discretion.
Okay, so the motion is still going to remain not to exceed 45,000.
Yeah, and it can be structured that way. I mean, it's not how it was verbalized, but it can be structured that way to authorize the administration to enter into a contract with the presented vendor for data backup solution in the amount not to exceed 45,000, and that would be sufficient to place the reasonable limit that you guys are looking for. But again, there is already a motion on the table, so the people who made and seconded that motion need to accept that that's how it should read.
I'll amend mine to as stated.
Great, great, good.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, all right, so that is the motion that is now on the table. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. We now will have an update on the middle school's locker usage.
Again, there we go. Thank you. Welcome to our new board members. Thank you for choosing to serve. It's always wonderful to get to work with you, and I look forward to it. The decision to require locker use for middle school students this year is both historic and presently needed. It was something that was a conversation prior to my coming here before the school year, and it was something that was brought to my attention, and I talked it through with staff, both at the high school and at TMS. My understanding is that prior to COVID in 2021, this was a requirement for middle school students in Torrington, and it was something that was brought, is this something we're gonna do? The community spent the money on the lockers, so it was a conversation when I came in, are we gonna go back to using lockers? I felt instructionally and educationally that it was very appropriate. That's actually where I felt much more strongly about it. The concept was about removing distractions, both in the classroom and in the hallways, and creating a better learning environment, and that's been our goal since we moved into this building. And I'll share some interesting, unexpected, wonderful takeaways and some data with you tonight, just so that you understand how impactful it's been. We notified students and parents just before the school year started, and there was some hesitation. It is a hard skill to learn. It is a concrete skill. You can either get that locker to open or you cannot. So it really took some opportunities and some scaffolding on our part. We built in time. We practiced with students. We supported them through it. My favorite part was watching students help each other. There was an amazing connection from student to student and student to staff that took place over that couple weeks where we scaffolded that built a natural bond and a natural trust, both between students and staff and students, and it was really wonderful. My favorite was a conversation that I had with a parent, and the parent said, I was so excited to help my child learn to open a lock because they've never done it before, that I got a lock and we would practice at home. And he said the pride that his child felt in being able to persevere and learn that skill was something that he was extremely proud to have been able to be a part of. So it was wonderful to build those natural connections, but how it's played out within the building has been excellent. From a perseverance standpoint, teaching executive functioning skills, okay, what do I need for my classes this morning, my 3 classes this afternoon? Students are having to plan ahead. That's not something that they're used to doing. If you've ever seen the inside of a middle school student's backpack, they can become a black hole of papers, and we're helping teach at this level those executive functioning skills. So it's important for us to do that through things like, what classes do you have this morning? What do you need to bring to those classes? A lot of our teachers have whiteboards out and with reminders, make sure you have this and this and this when you come to class. So our students are planning ahead, and that's really something that we're trying to encourage. That was part of the rationale of asking them to use lockers. Beyond that, when you look at the data and we talk about creating a positive learning environment, the results comparing 2 grades, 7th and 8th grade last year to this year, in 2 specific areas that I looked at to say, are we being successful? One of them was cell phones. Yes, the students have yonder pouches, but they're not carrying them. They're putting them in their lockers. Our referrals regarding cell phones this year compared to last year have decreased by 47%. So we're not having to address those things as often, literally almost half as much, and we're able to focus more on teaching and learning. So that's really important. The other thing is hallway infractions, and this is broader than backpacks, but if you've ever seen middle school students walk down the hallway, they really have a strong desire for connection. That's a big part, that social piece is so important to them, that there's a lot of kind of this. They like to be connected to each other physically if they can. So they like to grab onto that handle on that backpack. That's a reality, and it's okay, and it's something that we work with. That's not happening. Our hallway infractions have declined by 46% as well. So when we're talking about both the skills we're trying to teach, the impact and our culture that we're trying to build, and that hard data that goes back to whether or not this has been successful, I would say that it has, and it's something that I think is important to continue moving forward.
Thank you. Questions from the board? I'm interested, unless, did somebody else want to go? Okay, I'm interested, what is the actual requirement? So kid walks into school, put their phone in the yonder pouch, they got their backpack on, they go to their locker. What are they putting everything in there except what they need for their first class? Is that what's happening? And they go throughout the day, or?
Part of what we built was, here are the best times to go. We're not telling students they can't go to their lockers. We're trying to teach them to plan ahead and encouraging the best time to go is first thing in the morning, get your materials you need for your first 3 classes, go before lunch in case you bring a lunch, drop your materials off, get what you need for lunch, go to lunch, go again when you get back, plan for your 3 classes in the afternoon, and then go at the end of the day, pick up your materials to bring home, grab your jacket, and head out to your bus or to your parents for pickup. So we're trying to teach in chunks and giving them that schedule of this is what we would encourage you to do with your time. But we're not telling students they can't go to their lockers.
Right, and they can carry things around if they say, I need this for my 3rd class. That's great. I just was wondering kind of how restrictive we were being. Jeff had his hand up earlier, and then Kristen.
Just 2 quick ones. Jackets have to stay in the locker. Is that a part of the winter? And then the other one is, what's the statistic on tardiness to class?
We are encouraging jackets in the locker as well, and that's, again, to minimize distractions, the same concept. That came up in the last few weeks, obviously, as it's gotten colder, so we're encouraging that. And the students have been generally pretty good about quickly adopting that, and that has not been something that seems to be a distraction. I'd have to look at the tardy data to class. The 5 minutes, to be honest, and our side is very different than the high school side, as far as the distance students have to travel. That 5 minutes is a pretty lengthy amount of time. It's something I can look at the data. I would not say that students going to their locker is what's causing them to be tardy to class.
I gathered you were going to say that. So it used to be 3 minutes, right? It was 3 minutes before, and you've given them 5 now. So they have ample time to do it.
Yes.
Thank you.
See, they've got to do more phys ed so they can move faster, and we can go back to 3 minutes. Kristen.
When you speak about the decrease in the percentage of infractions, is that using last year's data?
It is, but it's also only pulling 7th and 8th grade from last year. Understanding last year was 6, 7, 8. To try to compare apples to apples, we just pulled 7th and 8th grade.
That was my question. I wanted to make sure 6th grade wasn't included in that. And to be clear, if I could go from B3 to A1 in 3 minutes, these kids can do it.
I totally agree.
Any other questions? Gary?
I thank you for your efforts. It's so nice to get these kids back to learning how to be responsible for themselves and time management and doing things that I think everybody at this table had to do when they were in high school and in middle school. And I've heard a lot of things from parents that they're happy that they're doing what they used to do and how they're learning how to manage their time better rather than being a little bit disheveled. And they're just as late when they have a backpack sometimes as they are with putting it in the locker and rushing off to class. Do you see any of those rubber bands wrapped around the books these days like they used to have?
No book covers, no rubber bands. You look for some of those things from when you went to school, and there's a little bit less than there used to be. And obviously, the Chromebooks are a big part of it, but I find the joy and appreciate the comments and the fact that parents are finding that connection with their students through things like this. It really is encouraging. Thank you.
Jeff?
That wasn't me. I also think it's good just to notice that the kids are no longer carrying 42-pound backpacks around all day, which is also just an overall good thing.
Agreed.
Could I interrupt there? Gary, can you please bring that up to the building committee that the $170 million Velcro didn't really work out?
Who hung the TVs?
Sticky Velcro, all right.
Mario's watching, I'm sure. Pay attention, Mario.
Anyone else? Let's stay focused on lockers. We're almost done. Anyone else have anything? No. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to come off of lockers. Josh, you did mention something about that last week, didn't you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you jinxed yourself now.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
We also are going to learn about backpacks and locker usage at Torrington High School.
Well, that was on there from previous because it had to get moved. That was a discussion that was wanted to be had after hearing from Mr. Pinney. That was the backpacks and locker usage at THS is not the same as it is as TMS. So there is no presentation from the high school at this point, but that was on there, is my understanding, from the former co-chair after hearing the presentation, if the board wanted to entertain a conversation around it and/or wanted to engage Mr. Scott possibly in further discussions about adopting something like that. To my recollection, I did not have that agenda item on there, but that's how I recall it being on there.
Yeah, I think my thought, and you guys can tell me if you disagree, my thought would be if the policy committee were interested in taking it up and just hearing what the differences are, whether a written policy from the board is felt to be needed, or if the administration feels that it has things well in hand, if the board is happy with how things are going. But I think that may be the most appropriate place to initiate that discussion, unless folks want to start talking about it now. Yeah.
I just want to say one thing. I think we spent a lot of money on lockers, and it was discussed for about 2 years with the building committee and administrators at the time. I think it would behoove us to at least discuss it, because we spent, I think, $680,000 on the lockers was the number, maybe more. Lockers, I think it would be an awful thing for us to just spend that kind of money and not utilize them. And I think there needs to be some sort of analysis as to the time between classes and how they can be better utilized. I don't think we can ignore it. I mean, that's a pretty big waste of taxpayer money.
Yeah, and I'm certainly not suggesting ignoring it.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying in general to the principals that are here, and we need to address it.
Great. Well, you all heard the chairman of the policy committee. He will be thrilled to discuss this at his next committee meeting, Kristen.
And I'll be thrilled to discuss it with him. Excuse my voice, I'm pretty sick still. I do want to clarify, though, that the classes for the middle school students are much closer together than they are for the high school students. And I don't think it's a matter of, I think the high school students are using lockers for the most part. They just might not be using them only twice a day, like specifically not using backpacks and only going certain times of the day. I think our high school students are being prepared for college. They deserve a little bit more leeway and to know what they need to do throughout the day.
Yeah, and I think that's where hearing what's working, what's not, what is required of them and what is an option, I think would be good to discuss. For what it's worth, I'm inclined to agree with you, Kristen, that, you know, students know whether or not they need to use their locker at that age most of the time. You know, but I think it's worth discussing. So we will place it on the committee's agenda for review, as long as no one else has anything to add while we're on this agenda item. Excellent. Okay. And then the last thing, oh no, we have two more, excuse me. So we have a little update on just the whiteboards and the walls here in our school, because this is something that's come up a couple of times. So why don't you
So
tell
I
us about it?
will start and I will turn it over to Mr. Pergola. I had a wonderful meeting, Mr. Scott, myself, and the president and the vice president, Mr. Scott, thumbs up, yes, from the student council. They wanted to, for me to express their happiness to the board for letting them speak, and then for the changes that have happened since then. They feel that their voice was heard. Mr. Pergola has been out and about, and I don't know, he's had at least 10 different iterations of the strips that the students could use with magnets, and they are very happy with the progress there, and they have been going up, as well as you can see the whiteboards right out there. There's two signs. I think, I can't read one from here, but one was a cocoa thing. I know that, a cocoa mug or something of that nature, but those walls are fair game for the students to use magnets and/or to use the markers. So in my conversation with those two individuals and Mr. Scott, they also have some other ideas that they wanted to come. I don't want to spoil it because they have not announced it yet, Mr. Scott, is that correct? So they have something in mind for this building that was approved, and it's going to be pretty awesome, I think. But they wanted to share that they are happy with the progress being made, that they can do their decorating and have places to put up their signs for a dance or for a committee or for a club or for whatever it is those signs are for. I don't know what a cocoa mug is, but hopefully I get one, I guess, because it's marshmallows and stuff. So, but whatever it is, they are very happy that we are doing that. So Mr. Pergola, I don't know if I missed anything, but thank you for the hard work that you've done. It has not been easy. Getting a magnetic strip seems very easy, and everyone says just order it on Amazon, but that is not the case because it has to match the decor and it has to really fit with everything. And the gray ones that Mr. Pergola had picked out, I'm sure someone else did it for him, but they do match the decor perfectly. And I know that our student representatives had shared with me and wanted me to share with the board that they were happy.
Thank you, and I know that you guys heard about this a lot from us, from people in the public, so I do appreciate you, you know, really working hard on it and coming to some solutions that the students seem happy with. And I did see some messages on some of the other boards around, so I know that it's real. And some doors decorated, which I think is also important. And I'm just saying, if you need someone to judge the contest, I can be plied with gifts. Anyone have anything related to that? Great. And the last thing we have is committee assignments and liaison information. So it is, I think it's the last page, right? Yeah, so the last page of your packets has the current committees, the chairs, the members. We are, oh no, we're not, they're on the back, okay. So there's also a back side. For new members, you have the first four that are committees of the board, and then you have TEA, which is the Torrington Education Association, so they would negotiate on behalf of the board with the teachers, and 1579, that is the union which represents a wide variety of our employees, including paraeducators, cafeteria workers, custodians, nurses, and secretaries. This is not fixed, meaning that if someone's name is somewhere right now, it does not have to remain there. So even those of you who have been with us for years and years, if you would like to move, Mr. Kisco looks thrilled to finally become a budget committee member, for example. Just reach out, because what we will do is the board's leadership team will ideally hear from everybody about the places you want to be in terms of committees, and try to put everybody in places where you want to be, and barring that, at least someplace where your schedule won't be a nightmare. the union negotiating committees, they don't meet constantly. They only convene when there is a need to bargain with the union, either because the contract is up or because, one or both of those parties have exercised their option to bargain over something mid-contract. So, if you're on like 2 regular committees and one of those, it's not going to be a huge time commitment, but for every few years. That's all on that. So just reach out via email or however you want. You can corner me after this meeting. It doesn't really bother me. And let me know what you're interested in. That's all I have. Does anyone have questions, thoughts? Great. Items for the upcoming agenda. We will ideally have some more stuff from facilities. The policy committee may have a further discussion on backpacks and lockers at the high school. And we'll have all of the usual fare. Are there any other things folks would like the board to discuss? Yeah.
I don't know if it goes to John first, but I've been discussing this for a year about the need for computers in the classrooms. And there's been a lot of studies out lately, a lot of schools getting rid of them, some in Connecticut, some around the country. I don't know if we still need them. I don't know if the educators think we do need them, but it should be a discussion if much of the country is taking them out of the classroom and going back to books and the like. If it's a better learning environment, and if we can find the data to prove it, we should discuss it. But I don't know if that goes to John for school improvement or if it goes to the board.
It may be
Just bringing it up. I don't know where it goes.
It may be something worth appending to the committee's conversation about AI use in schools as well, because I would say my primary interests may be different than Gary's, but I think there will come a time, for example, where students don't get to write essays at home anymore, and they have to write them down in a blue book right in front of you, because it's the only way to make sure they wrote it. So it may be something worth discussing appended to that, or if the School Improvement Committee would care to take it up separately. You tell me, John, if you're interested or invested in that.
Honestly, we stuck with all of these things. But no, these are School Improvement Committee topics, each AI, and are we using computers in wrong ways or too much in the classroom? They're topics for discussion. They'll show up.
ChatGPT told me you would say yes, All right. Anyone else have anything for upcoming agenda items? Okay, I'm sure there will be more either way. Future meetings, Wednesday, January 7th at the intermediate school. We'll have school improvement at 5:30 and policy at 6 p.m. or immediately following. Wednesday, January the 14th at the middle school cafeteria, that's this room. We'll have facilities and technology at 5:30, and at 6 o'clock or immediately following, we'll have the budget committee. And lastly, we will all convene again for the regular Board of Education meeting on January 28th at 5:30 p.m. right here. Comments for the good of the order, Mr. Kulesha? Anything you want to add?
No, it was a great meeting. Happy to be here.
Thank you. Ms. Aleo?
Thank you for welcoming me, and I continue to look forward to doing what's best for kids.
Thank you. Mr. Kisco?
Welcome to the new members, only 47 more meetings in your term. And congratulations to the new officers. Congratulations to people who are either re-elected or elected to a new or a newly defined office. Happy Hanukkah, third night of Hanukkah. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll be back within just a few weeks. It's sooner than you think.
Thank you. Mr. Putnam?
Welcome to our new board members. Congratulations to all members of the executive committee, and happy holidays to everybody. Thanks for all that you guys do throughout the year.
Thank you. Mr. Cronin?
Yeah, welcome to the new members and good meeting.
Ms. Conway?
Welcome to the new members. Happy holidays to everyone. Thank you. Good meeting. Mr. Wilson, I know this isn't probably the best time to bring it up, but there really wasn't a perfect time during the meeting. I realize there is an ongoing investigation regarding yesterday's incident. I just ask that parents be kept updated on potential changes or anything that might come down the line, just so that people are feeling a little more safe with what happened yesterday.
Absolutely. I can make my comment centered around that. We have worked collaboratively with the police department. The statement that was issued was a joint statement. And because it is an ongoing investigation, that is why no further comments can be shared until which time the investigation is complete, at which time we will put out other communication.
Thank you.
Welcome to the new members. Good meeting. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah.
Mr. Berger.
I'll just echo what everybody else has already said instead of repeating myself, but more importantly, welcome to you guys. Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you. Ms. Gagnon.
Great meeting, and thank you to all the board members. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Someone's stolen your microphone. Mr. Pergola.
Good meeting. Happy holidays.
Dr. Baker.
Welcome aboard. Thank you. Looking forward to working with all of you in your new roles.
Ms. Lavin.
Wonderful evening and enjoy the night.
Ms. Schulte.
Great meeting. Everybody have a happy holiday.
Ms. Ferguson.
Thank you to all the board members for your tireless service. Happy holidays to everyone.
Mr. Wilson.
Happy holidays to everyone. Great meeting.
Thank you. And I will just say it's been a real privilege to be your co-chair for the last couple of years. And I'm really excited to continue all of the work that we have done together. Now, as the solo chair of the board, I'm so thrilled that I won't have Sue DePretis to help me, although I think she would if I gave her a ring. No, I'm going to miss her as I now learn just how serious she was about how often she was on the phone with you. But really, thank you all. I'm looking forward to the work that we're going to do in the next couple of years. And I mentioned it earlier, but I just think it bears mentioning it sort of in detail that I will be meeting with the mayor on Friday, so just in a couple of days. I pre-scheduled this and let her know that I may need to cancel it if I was no longer chair or co-chair of the board, but I just thought it'd be better for me or whomever was chair of the board to have a meeting on the books with her sooner rather than later. And I remain really confident that the relationship between Torrington Public Schools and the city of Torrington has already improved and will continue to improve. And I think that we're all going to be able to get a lot more done. And with that, oh, we did move it. This is so exciting. I was weirded out earlier. There's nothing else. So with that, I'll hear a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
There's a second. All those in favor? Opposed?